126. Almora, 3rd June 1897. Dear Miss Noble, as for myself, I am quite content. I have roused a good many of our people, and that was all I wanted. Let things have their course and karma its way. I have no bonds here below. I have seen life, and it is all self. Life is for self, love for self, honor for self, everything for self. I look back and scarcely find any action I have done for self. Even my wicked deeds were not for self. So I am content. Not that I feel I have done anything specially good or great, but the world is so little, life is so mean a thing, existence so servile, that I wonder and smile that human beings, rational souls, should be running after this self, so mean and detestable a prize. This is the truth. We are caught in a trap, and the sooner one gets out, the better for one. I have seen the truth. Let the body float up or down, who cares? It is a beautiful mountain park I am living in now. On the north, extending almost all along the horizon, are peak after peak of the snow-clad Himalayas. Forests abounding. It is not cold here, neither very warm. The evenings and mornings are simply delicious. I should like to be here this summer, and when the rains set in, I go down to the plains to work. I was born for the life of a scholar, retired, quiet, poring over my books, but the mother dispenses otherwise. Yet the tendency is there. Yours, Vivekananda. 127. Almora, 14th June 1897. Dear Akhal, I am wholly in sympathy with the subject matter of the letter of Charu that you have sent me. In the proposed address to the Queen Empress, the following points should be noted. 1. That it must be free from exaggeration. In other words, statements to the effect that she is God's regent and so forth, which are so common to us natives. 2. That all religions having been protected during her reign, we have been able fearlessly to preach our Vedantic doctrines both in India and England. 3. Her kindness towards the Indian poor, as for instance, her inspiring the English to unique acts of charity by contributing herself to the cause of famine relief. 4. Prayer for her long life and for the continual growth of happiness and prosperity among the people of her dominions. Have this written in correct English and send it to me at Almora, and I shall sign it and send it to Shimla. Let me know to whom it should be addressed at Shimla. Yours affectionately, Vivekananda. P.S. Let Shuddhananda preserve a copy of the weekly letters that he writes to me from the mutt. V. 128. Almora, 15th June 1897. My dear Akhandananda, I am getting detailed reports of you and getting more and more delighted. It is that sort of work which can conquer the world. What do differences of sect and opinion matter? Bravo! Accept 100,000 embraces and blessings from me. Work, work, work. I care for nothing else. Work, 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 even unto death. Those that are weak must make themselves great workers, great heroes. Never mind money. It will drop from the heavens. Let them whose gifts you will accept give in their own name if they like, no harm. Whose name and what is it worth? Who cares for name? Off with it. If in the attempt to carry morsels of food to starving mouths, name and possession and all be doomed even, aho bhagyam. Thrice blessed art thou. It is the heart that conquers, not the brain. Books and learning, yoga and meditation and illumination, all are but dust compared with love. It is love that gives you the supernatural powers, love that gives you bhakti, love that gives illumination, and love again that leads to emancipation. This indeed is worship, worship of the Lord in the human tabernacle. Nedai yadidam upasate. Not this that people worship. That is things other than God. This is but the beginning, and unless we spread over the whole of India, nay, the whole earth, in that way, where lies the greatness of our Lord. Let people see whether or not the touch of our Lord's feet confers divinity on man. It is this that is called liberation in life. When the last trace of egoism and selfishness is gone, well done, glory to the Lord. Gradually try to spread. If you can, go to Calcutta and raise a fund with the help of another band of boys. Set 1 or 2 of them to work at some place and begin somewhere else. Spread in that way and go on inspecting them. You will see that the work will gradually become permanent. and spread of religion and education will follow as a matter of course. I have given particular instructions to them in Calcutta. Do that kind of work, and I shall carry you on my shoulders. Bravo! You will see that by degrees every district will become a center, and that a permanent one. I am soon going down to the plains. I am a fighter, and shall die in the battlefield. Does it behave me to sit up here like a Zenana lady? Yours with all love, Vivekananda. 129. Almora, 20th June 1897. Dear Rakhal, glad to learn that you are better in health than before. Well, it is seldom that Brother Yogen reports the bare truths, so do not at all be anxious to hear them. I am all right now, with plenty of muscular strength and no thirst. The liver too acts well. I am not certain as to what effects Shashi Babu's medicine had, so I have stopped using it. I am having plenty of mangoes. I am getting exceptionally adept in riding, and do not feel the least pain or exhaustion even after a run of 20 or 30 miles at a stretch. Milk I have altogether stopped for fear of corpulence. Yesterday I came to Almora and shall not go any more to the garden. Henceforth I am to have 3 meals a day in the English fashion as Miss Muller's guest. Shuddhananda writes to say that they are going on with Radak's practice of medicine or something of that sort. What nonsense do you mean by having such things taught in the class? A set of common apparatus for physics and another for chemistry, an ordinary telescope and a microscope. All these can be had for rupees 150 to 200. Shashi Babu may give a lecture on practical chemistry once a week, and Hari Prasanna on physics, etc. And buy all the good scientific books that you can have in Bengali and have them read. Yours affectionately, Vivekananda. 130. Salutation to Bhagavan Ramakrishna, Almora, 10th July 1897. My dear Akhal, today I sent back the proofs of the objects of our association that you sent me, corrected. The rules and regulations portion which the members of our association had read is full of mistakes. Correct it very carefully and reprint it, or people will laugh. The kind of work that is going on at Behrampur is exceedingly nice. It is those works that will triumph. Can doctrines and dogmas touch the heart? Work, work, live the life. What do doctrines and opinions count? Philosophy and yoga and penance, the worship room, your sunned rice or vegetable offerings, all these constitute the religion of one man or one country. Doing good to others is the one great universal religion. Men and women, young and old, down to the pariah, nay, the very animal, all can grasp this religion. Can a merely negative religion be of any avail? The stone is never unchaste, the cow never tells a lie, nor do trees commit theft or robbery. But what does it matter? Granted that you do not steal, nor tell a lie, nor lead an unchaste life, but meditate 4 hours a day and religiously ring the bell for twice as many hours. Yet, what matters it after all? That work, little as it is, that you have done, has brought Behrampur to your feet forever. Now people will do whatever you wish them to. Now you will no longer have to argue to the people that Ramakrishna is God. Without it, what will mere lectures do? Do fine words butter any parsnips? If you could do like that in 10 districts, all the 10 would become yours to have and hold. Therefore, like the intelligent boy that you are, lay your greatest stress for the present on that work department, and try heart and soul to augment the utility of that alone. Organize a number of boys to go from door to door. Let them fetch, in the manner of the Alakhya sadhus, whatever they can get, money or worn-out clothes or rice and eatables or anything. Then distribute them. That is work, work indeed. After that, people will have faith and will then do what they are told. Whatever is left over after defraying the expenses of the Calcutta meeting, remit for famine relief, or help with it the countless poor that live in the slums of Calcutta. Let memorial halls and things of that kind go to the dogs. The Lord will do what He thinks best. I am at present in excellent health. Why are you not collecting materials? I shall go down and start the paper myself. Kindness and love can buy you the whole world. Lectures and books and philosophy all stand lower than these. Please write to Shashi to open a work department like this for the service of the poor. Curtail the expenses of worship to a rupee or 2 per mensem. The children of the Lord are dying of starvation. Worship with water and tulsi leaves alone, and let the allowance for his bhoga, food offerings, be spent in offering food to the living God, who dwells in the persons of the poor. Then will His grace descend on everything. Yogin felt unwell here, so today he started for Calcutta. I shall again go to Devaldhar tomorrow. Please accept my love and tender it to all. Affectionately yours, Vivekananda. 131. Salutation to Bhagavan Ramakrishna, Almora, 24th July 1897. My dear Akhandananda, I am very glad to receive your letter and go through the contents. Your wishes about the orphanage are very good, and Sri Maharaj will not fail to fulfill them at an early date. Try your best to found a permanent center. Never worry about money. Tomorrow I shall leave Almora for the plains, and wherever there will be made some stir, I shall open a subscription list for famine. Set your mind easy on that score. When in every district there will be a mutt on the model of our mutt in Calcutta, then will my heart's desire be fulfilled. Let not the work of preaching, too, be at a standstill, and greater even than preaching is the work of imparting education. By means of lectures and the like, the village people must be taught religion, history, and such other subjects, especially history. To help our educational work, there is a society in England, which, as I find from reports, is doing excellent work. In time, we shall get help of this kind from everywhere. Don't be frightened. They only do work who think that help will come. Directly they are on the field of work. All strength is in you. Have faith in it. It will not go unmanifested. Accept my heartiest love and blessings, and convey them to the Brahmacharin. Write now and then fiery letters to the mutt, so that all may take heart and work. Victory to the Guru. Yours affectionately, Vivekananda. 132. Almora, 30th July 1897. My dear Akhandananda, according to your instructions, I write a letter to Mr. Levinge, the district magistrate. Besides, you will write a big letter to the Indian Mirror describing in detail his method of work, having got the same revised by Dr. Shashi, and send a copy of it to the gentleman named above. Our fools only search for people's shortcomings. Let them see some virtues too. I am leaving this place next Monday. What do you talk of the difficulty in getting orphans? Better ask for 4 or 5 men from the mutt, if you like. You can find some orphans in 2 days, if you seek from village to village. Of course, we must have a permanent center. And can anything be done in this country unless the help? Do not mix in politics, etc., nor have any connection with them. At the same time, you need not have any quarrel with anybody. You must put your body, mind, and all you have to some one work. Here I gave a lecture to a European audience in English and another to the Indian residents in Hindi. This was my maiden speech in Hindi, but everyone liked it for all that. Of course, the Westerners, as is their wont, were in raptures over it, as coming from a nigger. Oh, how wonderful, and that sort of thing. Next Saturday there will be another lecture for the Europeans. A big association has been set on foot here. Let us wait and see how far it works in future. The object of association is to impart education and religion. Monday next, trip to Bareilly, then to Saharanpur, next to Ambala, thence most probably to Mussoorie with Captain Sevier, and as soon as it is a little cool, return to the plains and journey to Rajputana, etc. Go on working at top speed. Never fear. I too have determined to work. The body must go. No mistake about that. Why then let it go in idleness? It is better to wear out than rust out. Don't be anxious even when I die. My very bones will work miracles. We must spread over the whole of India in 10 years. Short of this, it is no good. To work like an athlete. Victory to the Guru. Money and all will come of themselves. We want men, not money. It is man that makes everything. What can money do? Men we want. The more you get, the better. Here, for instance, was M, who brought together a lot of money, but there was no man. And what good did he achieve? Yours affectionately, Vivekananda. 133. The Mutt, 19th August 1897. Dear Mrs. Bull, my health is indifferent, and although I have some rest, I do not think I shall be able to regain my usual vigor till winter next. I had a letter from Joe saying that you are both coming to India. I, of course, will be very glad to see you in India. Only you ought to know from the first that India is the dirtiest and unhealthiest hole in the world, with scarcely any European comforts except in the big capitals. I learned from England that Mr. Sturdy is sending Abhedananda to New York. It seems that the English work is impossible without me. Only a magazine will be started and worked by Mr. Sturdy. I had arranged to come to England this season, but I was foolishly prevented by the doctors. In India, the work is going on. I do not think any European or American will be of any service here just now, and it will be hard for any Westerner to bear the climate. Annie Besant, with her exceptional powers, works only among the Theosophists, and thus she submits to all the indignities of isolation which a mlecha is made to undergo here. Even Goodwin smarts now and then and has to be called to order. Goodwin is doing good work, as he is a man and can mix with the people. Women have no place in men's society here, and she can do good only among her own sex in India. The English friends that came over to India have not been of any help as yet, and do not know whether they will be of any in the future. With all these, if anybody wants to try, she is welcome. If Saradananda wants to come, he may, and I am sure he will be of good service to me just now in organizing the work, now that my health is broken. There is a young English woman, Miss Margaret Noble, very eager to come to India to learn the state of things, so that she may do some work when she is back home. I have written her to accompany you in case you come via London. The great difficulty is that you can never understand the situation here from a distance. The two types are so entirely different in all things that it is not possible to form any idea from America or England. You ought to think that you are starting for the interior of Africa, and if you meet anything better, that will be unexpected. Ever yours, etc., Vivekananda. 134, 1897. Dear Mother, please be not anxious because I could not write to you and could not go to Belgaum. I was suffering very much from illness and it was impossible for me to go then. Now, thanks to my travels in the Himalayas, I have greatly regained my health. I shall soon resume work. In 2 weeks, I am going to the Punjab, and just after delivering a lecture or two at Lahore and Amritsar, I shall start via Karachi for Gujarat, Kutch, etc. I shall surely see you at Karachi. This Kashmir is a veritable heaven on earth. Nowhere else in the world is such a country as this. Mountains and rivers, trees and plants, men and women, beasts and birds, all vie with one another for excellence. I feel a pang at heart not to have visited it so long. Please write to me in detail how you are doing, mentally and physically, and accept my special blessings. I am constantly having your welfare at heart. Know this for certain. Yours sincerely, Vivekananda. 135. Murray, 10th October 1897. Dear Sarada, I am sorry to learn from your letter that you are not doing well. If you can make an unpopular man popular, then I call you a clever fellow. There is no prospect of work there in the future. It would have been better had you gone rather to Dhaka or some other place. However, it is a good thing that the work will close in November. If you get very badly off in health, you should better come away. There is much field for work in the central provinces, and even without famine, there is no lack of poverty-stricken people in our country. Wherever it is, if you can choose a site with an eye to prospect, you are sure to turn out good work. However, be not sorry. What one does has no destruction. No, never. Who knows, at that very place the future may reap golden results. I shall very soon begin my work in the plains. I have now no need of travelling over the mountains. Keep watch over your health. Yours affectionately, Vivekananda. 136. Marie, 10th October 1897. My dear Akhandananda, I am very glad to receive your letter. You need not make a big plan for the present, but do only what is possible under existing circumstances. Gradually the way will open to you. We must certainly have the orphanage, no hesitating in that. We must not leave the girls in the lurch either. But then we must have a lady superintendent for an orphanage of girls. I believe mother will be a very good hand for that. Or engage for this task some aged widow of the village who has no issue. And there must be separate places for the boys and girls. Captain Sevier is ready to send you money to help in this. Nidau's Hotel, Lahore, that is his address. If you write to him, write the words, "To wait arrival," on the letter. I am soon going to Rawalpindi, tomorrow or the day after. Then I visit Lahore and other places via Jammu and return to Rajputana via Karachi, etc. I am doing well. Yours, Vivekananda. P.S. You must admit Mohammedan boys too, but never tamper with their religion. The only thing you will have to do is to make separate arrangements for their food, etc., and teach them so that they may be moral, manly, and devoted to doing good to others. This indeed is religion. Shelve your intricate philosophical speculations for the present. In our country, we at present need manhood and kindness. Sa ishaha anirvachaniya prema swarupaha. The Lord is the essence of unutterable love. But instead of saying prakashyate kwapi patre, he is manifest in special objects, we should say sa pratyaksha eva sarvesham prema rupaha. He is ever manifest as love in all beings. What other God, the creation of your mind, are you then going to worship? Let the Vedas, the Quran, the Puranas, and all scriptural lumber rest now for some time. Let there be worship of the visible God of love and compassion in the country. All idea of separation is bondage. That of non-differentiation is mukti. Let not the words of people dead drunk with worldliness terrify you. Abhirabhihi. Be fearless. Ignore the ordinary critics as worms. Admit boys of all religions, Hindu, Mohammedan, Christian, or anything. But begin rather gently. I mean, see that they get their food and drink a little separately, and teach them only the universal side of religion. Be mad over this, and strike others with this madness. This life has no other end. Preach his name. Let his teachings penetrate the world to the very bone. Never forget. Repeat this mantra in your heart of hearts unceasingly as you go the round of your daily duties. Yours, V.